Hey guys, welcome to another bench update. Again, my name's Richie, and I just want to go through what I've been up to the last few weeks. Actually did a bench update about a week ago, so not too long, but this morning I'm just back from the Old Dominion IPMS show, the local show here in Richmond, Virginia. Still got my wristband on, even I haven't taken it off yet. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about that show, what I picked up, a couple of items, general feedback. Before I do that, I'm going to switch camera down to the bench. I finished the Tornado GR4, the aircraft, pretty much. I've still got a lot of stuff to do, like the figures to paint, some GSE, and the base to put on. But the actual aircraft, kind of like Tomcat I showed you last time, is finished pretty much. So what I'm going to do is switch the camera around, show you that, and then we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit about the model show and some of the kits I picked up. So before I show you the Tornado, let me kind of show you real quick. I can't really fit in the picture very easily, but I'm using these Trumpster display cases. You can see a little bit there. These work great, very cheap, completely dust free, really for 48 scale, I think. But if you do like a mini kind of little diorama kind of thing, they work great with semi-second scale. So these aren't very expensive. So I just want to kind of show you that. So it's number 09808 is a Trumpster number. Okay, so sort of carefully bring it in here. So there it is. It's pretty much finished. So the aircraft itself, love the build. So again, this is a Revell semi-second scale. It's number 0619. 04619 is the part number. Put a ton of stuff in this aftermarket wise. Put in the wings are Airways resin wings. Got the flight path detail sets. The aftermarket decals are Hannon's extra decals, farewell scheme. Got metal pitot tube. And that's pretty much it, I think, really. So painted it with Hitaka paints. I have the RAF set, lacquer paints. We'll prime firstly with Mr. Surface of black, and then I hit the panels with white, just paint like white paint, just kind of give a shadow coat. Then I hit it with the paint, the Hitaka orange line. It went medium sea gray is the color called out for. It's kind of worried it did look kind of dark, but maybe it's like a scale kind of effect. To touch it, so I sprayed on a little bit of camouflage gray, and some certain parts kind of lighten up a little bit. I weathered it with Flory Models dark dirt wash for the panel lines, and after that was on and off, I went and used neat oils. So I used pretty much this guide, like Starship Filth 502. So a little tiny little piece on a piece of cardboard, and then I just literally neat put a flat coat down first. If you put anything semi-gloss or satin or whatever, it's just going to wipe right off. So nice flat coat. Then each of the panel lines, I just literally brush it on neat, and then take another brush and just kind of like makeup, kind of blends it in, buff it in. So did that pretty much all over, some streaking and stuff, and then used some dark yellow, fade to yellow for a couple places for some hydraulic leaks. So that's kind of what I did. Rubber black I used for the black. When you're modeling, you should never really use pure black or white. I always use a shade off. So for the black here, I did use, I mentioned Tamiya rubber black. So yeah, really happy how it turned out. It's I know this jet's supposed to be a showbird, a farewell scheme, but I just love weathering, so I did weather it up. The real one's probably not that weathered. I did pods and large fuel tanks. I thought that maybe I was going to load up full with paveways and all the bombs and stuff too, but to be honest, I was really kind of happy how they turned out. So I did find a reference pic, and I actually found a picture with these pods on, with this aircraft looking just like this. So I thought, you know what, I'll just leave it the way it is. So turn around a little bit and you kind of see some more of it. Again, really happy how it turned out. The nose is from the flight path kit. It's a resin nose. You have to cut off part of the fuselage and kind of fit it in. It's supposed to be the correct shape. The last thing I did was, it's okay, but not great. I think the paint was mixed properly enough, but I used Tamiya smoke. They always get dirty up here from when the buckets reverse buckets come up, so I just quickly, the airbrush just sprayed like a spray each side just to create some like kind of some of the muck and like oil and stuff. But I said, I don't think the paint was mixed too great, or maybe it's separated or something, but you get the idea. So that's pretty much it. All these decals on here and the pods and stuff all came in a kit. Really impressed with the with the Rebel kit. It's a $16.95 it cost me for the kit. And again, amazing detail. There's a lot of resin and stuff, but generally the kit itself, you know, great. And a lot of these decals or stencil data and stuff, that they went down great. And loads of tons of little decals going on there. And coming around the back, one thing I did do as well is the tail fins come, sorry, not tail fins, the horizontal stabilizers come with like a kind of a gimmicky kind of rod in between, so they kind of flip up and down. I just cut the rod off, and then when I finished painting and weathering the whole thing, I just stuck these on at the end with super glue so that in place. So yeah, so what I didn't mention this, but what I do is I really kind of work on the main fuselage, get that painted where it's sealed, and all these little bits, like little bits of the aerials and the stabilizers, the pods, the pylons, all that kind of stuff. I do offline, built separately as sub-assembly, and at the very end I just super glue it all on so it comes together. The canopy isn't glued on, it's just loose, so it's not the correct position. Just kind of put it there, just kind of for now. But yeah. So my game plan with this one is it's gonna go to Coastal Kit's base. So this is loose, it's not fixed. So I'm gonna glue on, cut it to the size of the, maybe I think almost the size of the base. So I'm just kind of cut it up so it's centered, glue it in, then put the aircraft on top, and then I have a GPU unit, and then some stairs and a couple of pilot figures. It was just kind of set off nicely. Once that's done, hopefully by the time I do my next video, that's done, I can then show you guys the finished product. But yep, really happy how it all turned out. Like I said, I've struggled with tornadoes, and you know, I used to work back in my RAF days. I did work with the F3 tornado, did a couple of attachments with the GRs as well. So really like it. Happy it turned out. I know it's maybe overwhelming for some, but I just kind of, you know, just kind of my style and what I'm liking right now. So that's all I've been working on solely the last couple of weeks since my last video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the camera back to me, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about the model show I just went to and some stuff I picked up. So hang on 1 minute and I'll switch the camera. So there you go. So kind of really happy how it turned out. Finally, that monkey off my back finished the tornado to an okay, more decent, well, very happy with it, to be honest with you. Nice standard. So last few attempts in 48 scale end up on a shelf for Doom. Decided to go down the 72nd scale, and yeah, I really enjoyed that kit. It's a great kit by Revell, and just adding that flight path update set really kind of enhanced it. Being 72nd scale and that kind of kit, it's not very expensive at all. The kit's like $16, but then the aftermarket does add up, but it's not crazy expensive. I think the resin wings are about £10 maybe, which is like what, 15 bucks. Certainly adds to it though, so I'm very happy how it turned out, and it's gonna, yeah, I think it's gonna look real good once it's on the base and everything. So that's kind of all I've been working on the last couple of weeks. Next upcoming week or two, I'm gonna start painting the pilot figures, or actually started painting the figures, but the base coat, I've got to wash them and work with those. It's so tiny, 72nd scale, you're not really gonna see a whole bunch, but it really gives you a nice kind of scale perspective to see the a figure next to like a vehicle or an aircraft or whatever. So that's gonna look good. So that's what I've been up to. So as I mentioned earlier, today went to the Old Dominion show, not national, it's like a regional show, but annual, that's what I'm looking for, annual, once a year. So a little disappointed. I got there 10 minutes before it opened. One thing I didn't really like, to be honest with you, was the fact that I understand you don't let people in before it starts opening. The open time was 8:30, and I think I got there at 8:20, and there's maybe 10 people ahead of me in line. But the thing I didn't like really was you can just see right behind you there all the traders and stuff. They're going around all the stalls and all the booths and picking up, like, buying stuff before it even opened. So all the good kind of stuff kind of went before even the public got in there, I think. Really disappointed, to be honest with you. It's my third year to the show. The last year had 2 halls. It's really good, tons of stuff, some great deals. This time around it was just 1 hall, half the size, not many vendors at all. A few, to be honest, a lot of crap, the usual kind of Hella and 1970s kits and stuff. Nobody, well, me personally, not interested in. A lot of the crap kits. The good stuff, the more modern stuff, like the Ryefield, what else? There wasn't really any Great War Hobby stuff or AMK, some kinetic stuff. but all the modern stuff was really just kind of retail price, or actually more expensive than we can buy online. So I'm all for supporting local companies and stuff, but there's no point in me spending money and buying stuff. I can just buy it online, and the stuff that really caught my eye. So I went there with aim. I wrote down a little list. I've been there a few years, kind of to focus what I'm looking for. So as soon as I got there, my main goal was to find a C17. So I went last year and I found two C17s at different stores. The 144 scale, I think it's, yeah, Revell. These are like hen's teeth. You can't buy them anywhere. I didn't realize that when I went last year, and I walked away from them because they're USAF, and I wanted RAF markings, but I never realized how rare they were. And they're actually both of them, I think, were sold for like $25 each. If you go on eBay, those C17s go for about $60, $70, $80, $100 easily, and they're very hard to find. So my goal this year was to kind of go pick up one, maybe under 40, I'll be happy with. Because my plan was really kind of do like a little diorama, kind of as I've been doing on a stand with a C17, and maybe loading a helicopter or a tank or something in the back of it. That's kind of really what I want to do. So I looked around, I went to every single store, just really look at that blue box with the C17 on, and nothing there, no C17s, unfortunately. So I guess I'm gonna have to go back to eBay and keep looking for one to come up at a good price. So that was C17 was on one of my list. The other ones I was looking for was what else? So I was looking for a Armor Hobby Hurricane semi-second scale. I don't really build semi-second scale warbirds, but that Armor Hobby one looks really nice, really cheap too, and it comes with a bunch of masks and kind of like an Edward Profi pack. I think it's like £15 it retails for, which is like $20. None of those. Also, I was looking for the Airfix. I didn't really expect it, but I was hoping maybe it would be there as the brand new, well, the newest release of the B25, the Doolittle Raid. It's an older kit, well, not too old, a couple of years old, but they brought out a new variant with the Doolittle markings. So I never ever built a bomber before. I'm not really that much into World War II right now, but my mojo does change. But I just kind of really fancied that. I kind of like the story of the Doolittle Raid, the fact that launching those big bombers off an aircraft carrier and bombing Japan and stuff. I thought, it's a great storyline to it, and, naval history kind of thing. So I'm definitely in the market for one of those. I don't think they're out in the USA, to be honest with you. So I've seen them online in UK, and they're not that expensive. They're about $30 or something shipped. So I was looking for one of those. I saw the older, but the other variant, I think the C or D, but not the actual one I wanted to do, little boxing. So I struck out on that one as well. Other things I was looking for really was just any nice like 72nd scale kits, because that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Like this time in my modeling career, I'm just kind of back to 72nd. So I looked, especially like Great Wall Hobby stuff. There wasn't really nothing Great Wall Hobbies there. And the last thing I was kind of looking for too is that new Kitty Hawk Mirage 2000. Now I know Kitty Hawk is big, tough builds, not great reputation, but that new one they brought out, the 32nd scale Mirage, is supposed to be a really nice kit. I've seen a few pictures of it build up, and it looks fantastic kit. Go for about $100 on eBay right now. Kitty Hawk do sponsor the show, and they always have a stand there. So I went there and I thought maybe they have a show special or something. If we get it for like 70, 80, I might be interested. They had a couple, and really generally a couple there. None were built up, just a couple of boxes for sale, and they were $100. So I didn't bother, because I thought I can all day, any day, and go on eBay and pick one up for the same price. So I don't waste my money. So I didn't buy one of those. Did talk to the guys at Kitty Hawk a little bit. I saw they had a couple of the Black Hawks, the 35th scale, recent ones built up. They look stunning, did a great job building them. I'm somewhat relieved. I did have one of those on pre-order. I'm not sure what happened. They never billed me for it. They never shipped it. There's some kind of glitch or something. But at the time, a few people had started build. I actually ordered the Pave Hawk, which is one I wanted. And I know a few people mentioned a few niggles with a kit, and it was $100. It wasn't cheap. And I'm glad I didn't, whatever reason, the pre-order didn't come in, I didn't get billed. So I'm glad in the end I kind of left it. So it worked out good, because when I saw these kits, they look fantastic and great detail, but they're huge. Like, they're kind of like really big. I don't know where to put it. And also I'll probably lose my mojo building it halfway through. There's so much detail in the interior and stuff. It's so much work goes into those kits. They look great, but especially the rotors and everything, they're huge. So maybe 48 scale one I'll be interested in, but so I kind of struck out with that too. So my list was pretty much nothing. I didn't really see anything I liked. So what I did do is I went around, I'll show you in a minute what I did buy, and my usual MO is I go around when I open in the morning, I get there first thing to hit the traders and just kind of see what's for sale, pick up a few bargains on my own, so I can kind of relax, take my time, and then I get the wristband, and then I come back. It's an all-day deal, so I come back after like an hour or two, and then after lunch, I go back and then go around the exhibit hall, look at all the people's models. I take my oldest daughter with me because she likes to look at them and just, I don't really want to go shopping with her because it would be too stressful and she'd rush me and stuff. So that's kind of my MO. So I looked at the models real quick. I just glanced around just quickly in the morning. There wasn't even much there, to be honest with you, that time in the morning. And my attempt to go back, but as always, she didn't want to go. So I mean, after all that, I got back, I had lunch, and she just didn't want to go out. And I was tired anyway, so I kind of missed out that whole the whole exhibit side of things. But I did take a quick look around. There's some nice models there. As always, the armor stuff, that show is great. It's just amazing, some of the diorama, even the bases people do for them, and a couple of figures and stuff. It really sets the piece off. They're always stunning. I did see an SU-35, an SU-34, and I thought it was 32nd scale. It's huge, and it's like, I didn't realize they did a 32nd scale one. And I kind of went around and looked at it a little bit closer and realized it's actually 48 scale. So again, that's another huge aircraft. I mean, that was like massive in 48 scale. So I actually really caught my eye, so much so I put an order in actually by a 72nd scale trumpeter one, because I think I just cool looking aircraft, the platypus kind of nose and stuff. So that really caught my eye. There's some good junior stuff, Star Wars, sci-fi stuff, and a few boats and stuff. But like I said, I didn't really take a look around, so my plan was to go back later in the day, but obviously that didn't work out this year. So let me show you what I did buy. I just bought 3 things. I only spent $25, which is good. To be honest, I had some stuff in the cart, in some online carts and stuff I'm interested in buying. So I thought, well, why would I waste my money at the show and stuff I don't really want? I'll just save it and buy stuff online. So what I did get was, I got these free kits. So the first guy, I got this thing. I don't know if you can kind of see it. Excuse my fingers, I've been painting, so I've got green fingers right now, but you see that. So as I mentioned before, the Linden is our business. A few years ago, you can't buy these things anymore. When I go to shows, I always kind of look for like resin figures, little sets and stuff, just kind of set things up. Again, I'm kind of repeating myself what I just mentioned, but like, when you make a model, it's kind of nice to put like a figure, just 1 or 2 figures next to it, just give it scale effect, so you can really kind of understand the size. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm sorry, I'm waffling and repeating myself. So I found this. They're not about £20, like $20, sorry, I think retail price. Obviously they're not in business anymore. I had 8 on there, and I said to him, hey, we take 5. And he goes, he's all about it. I said, yeah, okay. So for $5, I got this Iraqi POWs, a set of 2 resin figures. Again, they kind of look kind of cool. That make a nice little diorama. I'm looking at my stash here. I do have an old, well, not old, newish T62, Iraqi T62 from Trumpeter. So maybe you can do like a blown out, in the future, some kind of blown out tank with a couple of like these guys emerging from it or something. Or I just yeah, $5. I thought, why not? So I got a couple figures. Next up was on the back of my Tornado. So this guy, this is the Italian and Tiger Meeting Italian version. Essentially all the same. I don't think there's much difference between this and a British one, to be honest with you. I'm not an expert, I think it's pretty much the same, if not the same. So I saw this. If you remember a couple of months back, I got I'm looking at my stash again, the Optelic version of this. You know Hasegawa, they bring out like a million different versions. Same kit, just different decals. The Optelic one's really hard to find, and these kits generally go, for like $40 at least. So I got this, and I thought, well, firstly, I thought it's something a little bit different. It's Italian, and it's got Tiger Meeting, so it's something different, the marking. So I thought that'd be cool. I thought to myself, if not, I can just use the kit, and I have aftermarket decals anyway, and I can just do make this an RAF version. So I got that. That was priced at $22 but I'm pretty sure it was 15 is what he said. It's still sealed, so I'm hoping it's all in good shape inside. So I got that guy, and then I saw this one next to it. This Hasegawa. This is again for a Jaguar GR1. Hasegawa is probably a better kit than 72nd scale. It's not a big aircraft. Unfortunately, in 48 scale, pretty much the best one's Kitty Hawk, and that's pretty bit of a chore to put that one together. So again, my eyes good. I'm enjoying the 72nd one, so I keep the run going. So I bought this 72nd one. I think he wanted 8 or something for that. So what I said to him was, I said for both, I kind of be cheeky again. I said, hey, how about 20 for both? Give a $20 bill. And he's like, he thought about it a little bit and thought, okay, so 20 bucks. Got these 2 kits, which is a great deal. Did have this one before a few years back. It was my stash with the flight path detail set. When I went through the, I went for a purge of my 72nd kits and sold them all a few years back and bought the 48 scale. Now I'm kind of going full circle and going back again. So, but for effectively $5, I thought it was a no-brainer. So, nice little kit. Yeah, the Hasegawa is pretty much renowned as being the best in 72nd scale for this. So yeah, so I got myself following British theme, got myself a Tornado and a Jag. So that was really it. That's all I bought, just those 3 kits in the model show. Like I said, I was a little disappointed, but hey, there's stuff online, better prices. There's no point wasting my money at the show just because I was there. One thing I did learn from last year is, I should notice, I work in real estate, so my job is about negotiating and getting good prices for people. And typically, sometimes you go to these shows, you just kind of pay face value. But I remember a story from last year. One store had a Great Wall Hobbies 48 scale MiG-29 SMT. I think about a year ago, I think they were going for about $70, $80, maybe a little bit more. I think it was priced about $65. And I remember I looked at it a couple of times. Well, that's not a bad price, but I don't really need it right now. And I remember 20 minutes later, a guy talking to his friend kind of right next to me, a different part of the show, saying, hey, look what I just bought. And he pulled out that box, the Great Wall Hobbies MiG-29. And he goes, hey, I said to her, we take 45? And she said, sure. So I got $45. And I was like, wow, that's a great deal. So lesson with this is, you know, if you don't ask, you don't get. So I mean, I maybe a little bit cheeky with some of these prices, but hey, all the guy was say was no, and just make me a better offer, right? So if you don't ask, you don't know. So like I said, I saved a little bit of money there just by showing the cash. It's always nice to bring cash to shows as well rather than credit cards, and just hey, they want to get rid of it, I have cash. So yep, it's got a couple of good deals. So that's kind of really been what I've been at. So kind of waffling a little bit, but I'm kind of update you about the show and cut this band off finally. I'm not going back there again today. It's pretty closed by now anyway. So just want to kind of keep you updated. I will do another video soon. I've got a few more kits on the way. I finally ordered the Coastal Kits bases. I was procrastinating over those for a long time. Not because I didn't want them. It's just they're in my. I got in the US. It's cheapest getting them from Sprue Brothers than Coastal Kits. So they've been stuck in my cart for a few weeks. I've been waiting for checking deal of the day and waiting for some stuff to come up to consolidate with the order, because it's the minimum. The shipping's kind of flat, $8.99. I didn't want to pay $8.99 just for 3 pieces of foam. So I've been waiting, and nothing's really been coming up I wanted or sales. But actually this morning when I checked, they had some books, some old Verlinden books on deal of the day from 15 down to 5. So I picked up the A10 and a Tiger 1 book, only $5 each, and they're full of reference photographs and color photographs. So I think, as you know from my last video, I've got that A10 on the way, and I've got all that resin avionics bays and stuff, so that'd be a great resource. I've also got the Rifle Models Tiger 1 too, full interior. So those couple of books are $5 each. That I thought was a great price. I added those and something else to my cart. So I finally put the order in today. So this time next week, I'll have that those bases here, get them into the cases. I might make a start painting the figures. So hopefully next time I see you, I'll have at least the Tomcat completely finished in terms of on the base and the figures and stuff, and also probably the Tornado too. Just a little bit. Tornado just kind of mojo sapping right now. It's just the got this guy to build. See that? The ground power unit, there's like 1 million pieces of photo etch in this. It's tiny, 72nd scale, a little piece of resin, and tons of photo etch. And I'm just not into the photo etch right now, so I just got to get motivated and get that built. Once I got that built and the figures and stuff, and that one go to bed too, so I'm getting on to my next project. I think I mentioned last time I'd do some armor. I'm kind of feeling some armor. I might do the Sheridan. I'm also looking at the LRDG, the World War II SAS Chevy truck with maybe some resin stowage and stuff. It's kind of looking at my way too. I'm kind of interested in, and also I've done a US jet and a UK jet, so I might do something Russian. So
I've got the SU-35 flanker where I might start too, but we'll see how I feel in a couple of weeks when I get to that stage. I don't like really doing more than one kit at a time. I like kind of finish it off, clean a bench, and then start a new project. So anyway, so that's gone way longer than I expected. So that's pretty much it. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. So happy modeling. Take it easy. Bye.